Never did I imagine when I first began this journey with Joe to become a voice in my community, the yellow brick road of blessings it would take me on. As a 14-year-old boy growing up in Los Angeles, I pictured advocacy to be filled with engaging community forums, rallies and protests, and high-profile press events, much like this one. My mind was filled with images of Mabel Hampton and the congregating powers of Bayard Rustin and powerful words of Dr. King and the thought-provoking publications of Gloria Steinem. It was the late-night specials on the History Channel and schoolboy stories read in old books did I begin to imagine my role in this world. But while the phrase community organizer invokes images of moving speeches or crowded rallies, there are many unsung champions of our time whose images are not always pinned to the legacy of civil rights. Teachers, firemen, nurses, policemen, mentors, and volunteers many times go without voice. Joe Buscaino is one of those champions for me. When I first met Joe, I was a small-built, quiet teenager who was certainly not the brightest in his class nor possessed any athletic abilities or creative talents. Now, though much of that has not changed, my silence certainly has. Joe took a young, unheard, and unseen teen and helped him to discover his power. It's Joe's belief that when you give a young person the opportunity and space and freedom to create real change over their community, that they will rise to the opportunity. And it was those words that gave life to the Teen Community Police Advisory Board, which I was a founding member. It was a transformative body of local teens serving as a voice to build a bridge between the police department and the local youth during a time in which racial tensions and violence were at an all-time high. Some thought this was crazy, and frankly, so did I. The idea that I could have real and tangible power to affect change over my community was foreign and crazy to this young boy from Compton. But it was Joe's courage, his intuition, and his tenacity which gave birth to a new generation of leaders. Now, having gone on to win a city council race which many thought impossible, Joe has set a legacy of possibility for the next generation who dare to dream bigger for themselves. If I know one thing to be true, it is that I have become all that I am because he has had the courage to become all that he is. It is my esteemed privilege and honor to present this award to my brother, my father, my mentor, my friend, Los Angeles City Councilman Joe Buscaino.
Wow. I would first like to recognize and thank my chief of police, sorry, Chief Beck, my wife, we call him police work L90, my watch commander, my wife, my kid's mom, Jay Buscaino, I love you, and my great karaoke partner, I love you, babe. And also my children, Mateo and Gia, who continues to allow me to serve. Public safety is a huge priority for me. My years of service as a member of the Los Angeles Police Department taught me many lessons, and the biggest lesson of all of this is if people do not feel safe, they will seek opportunities elsewhere. If we do not strive every day to keep Los Angeles a safe place to live, work, visit, raise a family, our residents will seek this quality of life somewhere else. Public safety is and always will be the cornerstone of my priorities as a council member, from tackling the high number of hit-and-run crimes, to addressing concerns about registered sex offenders, to ensuring that our men and women in uniform have the resources they need to do their job. And I've been blessed to serve alongside my brothers and sisters with the LAPD for 15 years, and I share this award with you. However, if there's one thing that I've learned from my years in service in elected office and as a senior lead officer before that, is that we're here in this room, elected officials, police officers, all those committed to the cause of public safety. We just can't do it alone. And I'm a firm believer in community-based policing. As much as we'd like to be, as police officers, we just can't be in every street corner, every alley. We need our residents to believe in what we're doing. We need them to be our eyes and ears, and when we can't be, and specifically when we can't watch over them, we need to let them know that we are here to serve each and every one of them. We also need them to believe that we are working to improve their quality of life, to affect real change in the city. They must believe in us, and in turn, we must reward that good faith and trust by continuing to be the best police department in the state, in the nation, in the world. And I'm certain that with our partners in the community, our generous supporters like yourselves in the private sector, and with the people here in attendance, we can continue to deliver on our promise to improve the quality of life for the people of this great city. I'm so honored, and I share this with, again, the men and women who I served alongside the last 15 years. I love you, we love you, and I'm so honored by this award.